to open up our week on
Encanto.
we are going to be talking about... Well, before we do that...
Yeah. You need to do this right.
We need to do the spoiler alert thing.
Wow.
If you haven't seen...
What?
Your siren sounds like a dying cat.
You've obviously never heard a cat die. It might be a cat in heat, but it's not a dying cat.
Okay, we'll go with that.
You have siren written in here. I was just trying to be helpful.
I appreciate it. It just caught me off guard. If you haven't seen Encanto yet, this segment is going to spoil it.
You're welcome. We're never going to get past this part.
It reminds me of that time when you were late on the news intro. You're like, meow, here's the news.
I just spit all over myself and all over the mic.
Oh, God. Oh, man. If you want to jump in on the Discord chat, anybody who's watching.
Sorry, Kaylee.
Already got Tad in there.
Oh, man.
We're gonna open up our Discord, invite some of our back row buds to share their thoughts. A lot of them had a watch party recently for this, but I think most of the people that were in that aren't here. Thray made it, apparently. Did I miss it? Yay, Thray made it. Okay, she didn't think she was gonna make it.
Can I just say, I don't know why, Thray has been one of our good friends since the beginning of our, what is this called? Streaming? Since the beginning of our
streaming
our
on
twitching?
Twitch? Yeah, not twitching. No.
Whatever. But it's just now hitting me today, like, for some reason, when you say Thray Maker, I want to say Miracle Worker, Promise Keeper.
Thray Maker. That's funny.
I don't know why. Why is it hitting me today for some reason?
Hey, everybody.
I'm making a dungeon right now.
Making a dungeon?
Wow. Wow.
Mo particularly.
How's everybody doing?
What about Mo particularly?
We don't want to break their
Thray?
rules again.
Thray, you were not
really
here
quietly,
earlier
yeah.
when I
We
admitted to
don't talk
struggling.
about Matt and Mo.
Why are they doing this to me?
Not to be confused with Secret Squirrel. That's a totally different thing.
Secret Squirrel.
Nobody
Actually-
shushes KY in a corner.
We're taking over.
They're
They're
taking over. It's a good thing you have a button that can
Is
end
that just
them.
somebody has the stream
Not
on, or
it.
are they actually on?
No, we're talking to you.
Yes, I think that's what's happening.
Yeah.
We're talking to you.
What he puts KY in the corner.
Not
they
it.
can't hear us. They can't hear
They
us.
not hear us?
They legit cannot hear us, right?
Well, I mean, you could try. It just wouldn't go well for
They
you.
can't hear
They can't
us.
hear us. Can you hear us?
Can you hear me now?
Hello?
Everyone on both sides is
No.
wondering who can hear who.
What's
No.
happening?
No.
Here's the thing. I see that Matt's unmuted, but I don't hear anything coming out of his mic.
Yeah.
and I'm wondering
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on the stream right now.
I
so
do
he's
hear
talking to the
A
stream.
lag
Yes,
feedback.
But I'm also hearing an echo of what Eli was
Yeah.
saying just a
Yeah,
short
we're live.
time
We're
ago.
totally live.
Yeah.
They can
We're
hear everything we
live.
say.
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Yep.
Stream right now.
I do hear.
Hello, world.
Hello.
Radio.
Yes, hello world.
Hello.
Hi, radio.
Problem solving.
That's plugged in.
So,
Oh, wait.
so Matt and Mo
Oh,
decided
man.
to play hide and seek on us, and we have no idea.
There are
Where they
cables
are.
getting unplugged and plugged back in.
Oh no.
There she is.
This part
Hello,
will
radio.
be edited
Oh,
out
wait.
later because.
Oh,
wait.
jeez.
Wait, I
yes.
heard him. I heard him.
I
Shush.
figured out the problem.
Can you hear us now?
I figured out the problem. I had
There it
it.
is.
I hear him.
I had.
Mo's got a very good quality, and Matt
sounds
is
sick.
underwater.
I had Discord
Streamer mode.
on push to talk mode from when I was
Oh, that's
funny.
playing out the other night.
Get you every time. Get you every time.
Well, that was kind of fun there for a second, guys.
Yeah, you can totally just edit that whole section out.
it was
No,
fun.
that
It
is
was pretty
staying.
fun.
Although, Thray, you do need to know that I was like yelling at you, fussing at you, laying hard into you because you weren't here earlier when I was talking about how I was struggling with trust within relationships and do people talk about me behind my back? What are they saying about me behind my back? And we pop into the Discord and I can hear you talking about me, saying my name. And I was like, what are you saying? And you're not replying to me because you can't hear me, but you're not replying to me. Why are you talking about me, Thray? What are you saying?
Well, in this case, it was because I could hear your lovely voice, but I couldn't figure out why we couldn't see Matt's bubble lighting up. Because normally that's how I hear you.
Okay, that makes sense.
That, and I
You
could
have
go
to
into a
type-
rant about how wonderful Mo is, but we need to keep her around more.
Yes, I need to hear that today. Oh, I'm just kidding. I don't.
Somebody do the Mo shout out tag. Exclamation point Mo
there
in the
you
chat.
go.
Yeah.
Well, no, because Matt pointed out earlier that has to be changed because apparently I'm not the title belt holder
Yeah, it
anymore.
says she never loses
So-
the belt, and she sure does.
Yeah, we don't want to
If it's in
propagate
print, it
on
must be true.
That's
Well,
right.
sometimes you gotta loan those out just to hold other people's pants up.
It's
That's all.
prophetic.
I'm gonna let you run the questions.
It is to
Why?
laugh.
I don't want to run the questions. Okay,
Okay, there is
so
an echo
friends,
somewhere.
like on our end, there's an echo.
I
on
feel
our
like I'm
end?
lagging.
Okay. I don't know
think
what
we're
to
good.
do here.
Sorry, Mo.
This is so.
Sorry,
All
Mo.
right,
I
guys.
think we're
So
good.
here's the thing: we are gonna open up our chat with a few guided questions, okay, about our movie Encanto. All right, but we first need to start out with a general review of the movie. And there's a lot of y'all up in here, so I don't think that we can have a general review of everybody, can we?
What a
Just a
general
quick
review
one.
be?
Just a quick one, y'all hear? Quick.
It is a general review.
Huh?
Just what you thought of it initially. Initial
First
thoughts.
impressions.
Quick
Yeah,
review.
Initial viewing,
yeah.
yay, nay sort of thing?
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Good job, Thray.
Okay. Okay.
Thray maker, miracle worker,
Well, thank you.
promise keeper.
I think. Oh, let's
That
not get
is who
blasphemous
you-
here, okay? Okay, let's not get blasphemous. This is gonna get real weird real fast.
All right. General review, people. What you got?
Loved it.
Go for it. Jump in. Go. Now.
Okay. Great movie. Loved it. Your guns. Pew, 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 pew.
High rewatch factor for parents of kids that do like to watch the same thing 1,000 billion times a week
Holy cow, yeah. It's
Seen it like
and listen to the
twice. I wa-
soundtrack.
we've seen it at
I
least
rewatched it last week, so that way I
27
could do this.
times.
So
27 times
Yeah.
at my house. 27 so far. So many times.
You gotta get to even 30, Matt.
It'll happen. It'll be there by Monday, I'm sure.
Lightweight.
Okay.
but wait,
it-
it is Monday.
Yeah, good point.
It was excellently crafted. Just very, very well done. And I was listening to the music just recently and just, holy cow. Just, wow.
Anybody else?
Go
I
ahead,
thought
Thray.
it was an Sorry, Matt. I thought it was an excellent film for the time that we are in. I think that it is an excellent balance in telling a story as well as not hitting the emotions so
Too hard.
hard that people are traumatized by it. It's addressing real world problems that we are dealing with as a society without overdoing it in a way that anybody walks away further traumatized by what they're going through. And for that, it is masterful, I think.
Very good. We're going to actually be talking a lot about that later in the week.
All right, so
Hold on, I think Brother Mod still had.
my bad.
Yeah, I don't know how to follow up after that. I guess my first impression was, yeah, it was kind of pretty okay.
Oh,
If that's a hot enough take for everybody.
Oh, that was spicy.
No, if we're talking the very first viewing, I had the same. It was like, yeah, it was all right. But like,
It was a movie.
No, I was an emotional wreck afterward.
Of all the movies I've seen, it was one of them.
but by like the second and third watching, I'm like, oh, this is just fantastic. Fantastic.
27 times in. Wow. No existence.
Mo, what was your initial thought?
After hearing you say it, I will say that after the first time that I saw it, I was like, okay, yeah, that was a good movie.
A cute way to spend 90 minutes.
Yeah. But you're exactly right. The more that I've watched it, the more I've listened to the music, the more that I've thought in depth about each character, the more I'm like, okay, this is top notch. This is
something special.
Yeah, this is really,
And
really
it's in
good.
the room again.
Does anybody have a favorite character? I mean, you have to have a favorite character.
Actually gonna ask this question because we all know what everyone's gonna say.
No.
I don't think so.
What?
Mirabelle.
Mirabelle? Okay. I mean, that's...
Mirabelle.
It's a safe choice.
Yeah, I think
People
that...
say Bruno, but I'm like, Mirabelle. Who doesn't like Mirabelle? Voiced by Stephanie Beatrice. What's not to like?
She's
Mirabelle.
great. She is great.
Mirabelle. All right.
Who else?
Anybody
And
else?
I'm getting glasses soon, so.
This is a different
Dolores.
than talking about powers, right? We're just talking about the characters.
Just the character.
Well, I mean,
I
you know,
mean,
you can,
yeah.
you can define it
I
however you
love
wish.
Dolores just because, you always see this internal struggle, and I love how she always speaks quietly because I bet she can't stand her own voice.
Of all the things that I've
Those
thought
little
about,
tweaks
and of
that she
all
does.
the people that I've listened to talk about the characters and whatnot, that is the first time anyone has ever said, that I've heard, anyone has ever said, she speaks so quietly, and I bet it's because she can't stand the sound of her own voice. And when you think about it, it's probably so accurate.
Right.
I can't do the high pitch that she does right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
gosh.
she just does a little, yeah.
It wasn't
Her
me
little
that
squeak.
time, guys. It wasn't me.
It's me.
Anybody else?
Just
Well, I will. It's kind of a side conversation, but we have a lot of talk about superpower comparison at our house. And so we've all kind of decided that Isabella's power is the most powerful. And so therefore my favorite, because it can be used offensively and defensively and for beauty and for function, for growing food. So like if any of the powers, I'm totally team Isabella.
Isabella.
because flowers. Because
Easy.
flowers.
Isabella.
Yeah.
Reggie,
I mean-
I always watch
I like
movies with
Isabella.
I mean,
always
my
watch
favorite may not be
Captain.
the most flashiest of the characters, but I liked Felix the most.
Which one was Felix? Felix was
like
the. Felix was Peppa's
Is Peppa's husband.
husband. Yeah, Felix is great.
I like that.
Yeah.
Felix is a
Yeah,
very Felix is a very encouraging character,
That's why he's my favorite.
especially to his
Talk
wife.
about my husband.
Yep.
Don't talk about my husband.
Yeah, like you can say, like even in that last song where all the themes come together, and Bruno is apologizing and saying, "I'm just trying to tell you, let it all out. Stop trying to hold this all in." He says, "That's
Not
what I'm
the
always
thing that
saying. I'm always telling her that." Yeah, I like that. Who didn't give theirs?
Oh, I think I didn't. That's
Okay.
because I was stalling.
No, you can come out of the
Thomas
stall
is-
now.
Yeah, I know. They're all so good in so many ways.
Uh-huh.
You
I
gotta
have
pick
the
though.
same struggle, Thray.
Yeah, I know.
I really do.
I'm struggling. The problem is every time I think I've made a decision, I'll get a message from somebody who wants to talk about the show more, and they'll have me reconvinced about a character I've underestimated.
Yeah.
Are you gonna
For
say
example,
Mariana?
Yes.
Who?
So I received a bunch of messages about Mariano today, and how he's underappreciated.
He's just got so much love inside.
He's
Oh,
just
good boyfriend.
trying to compete with all these superpowered girls, and that's rough on a suitor, man. But that's not. I'm not gonna lie. I appreciate Bruno. I appreciate him as an uncle. He does good. He's very protective. I'm a fan. He also, yeah, he seems like he may or may not have had a number that got cut. I'm very suspicious that we'll have a deleted scene
You think
later. I think that knock on wood had its own number. And somebody told him that the whole movie got too long and was too heart-wrenching, so they cut it. That's what I bet happened.
So
So this would be a sad song.
you should
sad
really
song.
go watch some YouTube
Does it exist?
things. Uh-huh.
Wow.
All your questions answered about the movie Encanto. That's one of the ones that I watched this past week, like trying to prepare for this week's
Okay.
episodes. Yeah. And there's a lot of interesting things that have been confirmed that have been cut or deleted or saved for further projects.
I got you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Are you going to tell your favorite character?
Oh, did I not tell mine?
I don't think you did.
Shoot, I should have been thinking about it then.
Well, I kind of think so.
Mwahaha, I'm not alone on this.
No, you're not. Thray, actually, before we started recording, I said something about, oh, well, this person's my favorite character. And then I was like, oh, but this person too.
No, I think mine is Luisa.
Yeah.
Mainly because I think I connect with her struggle a little bit, the people pleasing, kind of aspect of it. The first thing I saw of Encanto, period, was the YouTube video of her song, because I kept hearing that song on TikTok, and I'm like, what is this song? And I didn't know it was from the movie at all. And so I saw that, I'm like, oh, this is a beautiful song. This is so beautiful. And heartbreaking, heart-wrenching, really. So, yeah, I'm going to say Luisa.
We'll definitely have to get into this later in the week, but I don't think that Luisa is a people pleaser as much as she is other things, but she is my favorite character.
So, it sounded rude.
No.
No,
I don't.
I know it's not what you mean.
Yeah.
As much as he is other things.
And actually, I believe that there is another character that is very much a people pleaser.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Don't dive into it.
I'm not going to. All right. What is your favorite part specifically of the movie? Anybody?
Why you do this to us?
Why you gotta be so rude?
There's so many great details.
Can I just say every nuance in the film? I love those.
We're going to be talking about the nuances. That's a separate question.
Ugh.
So,
All right. I have a favorite part,
favorite part, go.
and it's a very specific one.
Do it.
It is after Bruno's reunion with the family, and he's trying his best to muster this vision and to get it together, and he can't do it. And then Antonio gives him his stuffed tiger
Oh, okay.
that
Okay.
Mirabelle made for him.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
the
was
nerd.
my favorite part, because at the beginning of the movie, when she gave him that stuffed tiger, I thought he's going to treasure this thing, and then he got the power to speak with animals, and I thought he's not going to care about that toy anymore, because the magic just gave him something so much better than this little stuffed toy animal. But no, he still treasured it, and he treasured it so much that he gave it to Bruno when Bruno was in a really bad spot.
Yeah.
And that's why that's my favorite part.
That's a good thought out answer there.
Yeah.
I remembered. The whole table scene, that was just brilliant. I loved it.
Yes, the table scene
The
is
stare
good.
down.
Yeah, that's a good one. Mm-hmm. That was a really well done scene.
Anybody else?
My favorite.
Well, I have.
scene
Go ahead.
I know you. I dropped something, so I have to get that.
So for me as a mom, like I'm watching with my kids all the times we've watched it because they love it too, and they know that there are two parts where I cry. And so the flashback that shows the relationship of the grandparents, and then the death of the grandfather, and then the reunion at the end where the grandma has all three of her kids together. And so they know that I'm going to turn on the waterworks at that point. And so my favorite part about that is that they always turn and look at me and then grab my hand and squeeze because they know the emotion behind why I'm crying. And so that's my favorite part.
Yeah.
My favorite part is right after Mirabelle goes into the painting. It's not Harry Potter style at all. But when she goes into the wall and sees Bruno for the first time, and the rat takes the glowing piece of glass, and it just gets floated up into the air. And there's just, in this case, actually Hernando because he has the hood up. Me and Sophia like to get really specific about which Bruno character is it. Like, and we don't talk about Bruno, it's Hernando in the wedding. He has his hood up.
That is true. No, that's that.
Eli?
That section though, that's my favorite part too, where it starts with the chase through the wall.
Yeah.
I'm not doing. I'm scared of nothing.
You're very sweaty. That whole scene, that's one of my favorites.
So what do you like? You like sports, game shows,
telenovelas.
Is that your favorite part also, Matt?
Well, that's part of it. Yeah, that's my favorite part. I'll say that's my favorite part.
Yeah.
No, because cheese is on, but she has amnesia, so she doesn't know that it's on.
I liked the part when they're singing about forming a new foundation, because I feel like that was a really subtle detail to put in there. That in order for any of it to heal, they needed to have a new firm foundation. And then in that musical moment, we have everybody coming together and the community coming. And I really appreciated that little bit. Especially because, of course, there's biblical importance there that, while subtle, it's a good framework to try to outline to others.
Yeah.
So, it's like, yes, thank you, Lynn. You've given me tools. This is great. So,
well, speaking of,
go for it.
Speaking of Lin-Manuel Miranda, the next question is,
what is it missing?
Oh, I'm sorry, I skipped one. Do the next one.
The best song. I know. I was trying to figure out where you were going with what is it missing in Lin-Manuel, but okay. Yeah, so what's your best song? What do you think is the best song?
Well, I think we all know what the best song is, in my opinion, because I sang it. We don't talk about Bruno.
Yeah, you did a good job, too.
Look,
yes. I mean, seriously, Eli, that was incredible, man.
We Don't Talk About Bruno is literally more popular than Let It Go was on the charts.
Good.
Like, it beat Let It
Way
Go.
back in the day.
And
Gosh dang it.
That was
Good.
the most popular Disney song ever. And we thought it would be forever.
Didn't deserve
The one where it was like, right, challenge accepted.
So I personally think that We Don't Talk About Bruno is the most catchy.
Definitely.
But I don't think it's the best.
It's the best one.
Agreed.
I think Luisa's song.
Surface Pressure?
Yes.
Yeah, that's really good.
I think that is the best song, honestly. I do.
I do like it.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that, Mo. Biff, I can talk.
Yeah.
I agree, but possibly for different reasons.
Okay. But you don't even know my reasons.
We Don't Talk About Bruno is probably the most technically impressive. of the songs, because there is a whole lot going on that just works seamlessly.
Meshes, yeah,
It all gets
meshes
stitched
so
together.
So well.
It's really, really impressive how they did that. But Luisa's is my favorite, not because it's technically the best, but because it's a song about being the oldest child in a family.
Okay. Okay.
And that floored me. I wasn't ready for it.
Matt, do you have? I know there's several others. Never mind. I'll ask later.
Okay.
Sorry.
I don't know what she's going to ask, but she
Okay.
said it would be later.
Okay.
Brace yourself. Brace
Yeah,
yourself.
right.
Everybody else's.
Anybody? Songs? Anybody? Other than Bruno?
Well, I mean, other than Counterpoint is one of my favorite musical things of any. So having that in Bruno, just I can't get over that. So I love it when there's different melodies laid on top of each other like that. That's just I love it. So some of my favorite, like, Weird Al song, Pancreas, they do the same thing. It's going to bring Weird Al in there. We're talking about singer-songwriters that are amazing and life-changing. But that's always been something that I've adored.
In the same category with each other. Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Let me just tell you, they disagree,
Weird Al
because if you will look and see, Weird Al actually did a polka of Hamilton, and Lin-Manuel Miranda recorded himself live listening to it for the first time, and he fangirled out so hard, and I love that video. But so musically, just as a singer, I just really enjoy Counterpoint, so I don't think anything could top Bruno as far as that goes for that movie, for me.
All right, who hasn't given theirs yet? Tad
Yeah.
and Three?
I was looking at the list. Waiting on a Miracle actually is one of my favorites.
Oh, the Earl. Okay.
Yeah, because of the all the other songs are about an inner struggle, and Waiting on a Miracle has an inner resolution, which I love, and they express that inner resolution with accidentals, and I love that even more.
Good point. Mm-hmm. They do. You're right.
Yeah. All right. Are we...
Yeah.
Oh, go
Three.
ahead.
I think Three has
Sorry,
hers.
Three.
The thing that I was going to ask is, do you have a least favorite song on that question list of yours?
No.
Okay.
Do you have a least
She's ready to
favorite
answer
song,
that one.
Three?
Brave choice. Brave choice.
Okay. Well, this is going to be awkward due to just timing, but I was actually going to say that just because it's a device that Lynn has used before, I kind of had issue with Waiting on a Miracle. As much as it was important for storytelling reasons, I felt like, okay, this is Angelica and Eliza again. Just in a Disney format. We're using that same tool. We're doing that same switch which side of the camera we're looking at the scene from, and doing the I Want song while a different song is going on.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Okay.
Arguably, Rogers and Hammerstein and a lot of other great musical writers have done the same thing. And so
Tad and Three at it again.
we are still friends,
with their knowledge.
Right?
but
Yeah, and it is known that I'm a Rogers and Hammerstein girl, so fine.
I'd have never believed it if I didn't hear it right here, right now.
That's the first thing I tell about you for everybody. This is my friend Therese. She's a Rogers and Hammerstein girl.
No, that's the first thing he tells me because it's the only thing that we really know.
Oh man.
Okay, fine.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite song? Did you already say that?
No, she
Yeah,
only
I
said her
did.
least favorite.
Yeah,
oh.
she said Surface Pressure.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
I agreed with Mo.
That's right.
That's right.
I'm
that's right.
sorry, Three. I'm
See,
sorry.
you're giving her a hard
I
time.
listen.
Your
I know.
explanation was already perfect. You didn't need any words.
Sorry.
All right. Let's,
Are we gonna go back up to what is missing?
yeah, but we need to pick up the pace a little
Okay,
bit
guys.
because we're running a little late.
What is missing? What is
Yeah,
it? Rapid fire.
breath. It's missing breath. So even the points of where it is trying to take a breath, it's like okay, we're going, and it's just one after another, and it's like, yes, this is an animated movie, and we have this limited time, but they like, woo, like really compressed, and like you feel like you're having anxiety through the whole entire thing, and it's really cool because it's like pressure, but it's like, holy cow, we're rushing through all of this.
Yeah, I can agree
It
with
could have
that.
benefited an extra 15 minutes stretching it out a little bit. I agree with that.
Yeah,
Yes.
good point. Anybody else?
I maintained my theory that I thought that Lin-Manuel must have cut a song for Bruno, which Mo may or may not have the knowledge to. I gotta look that YouTube up apparently.
Mm-hmm. You do.
But there just felt like there was a hole right there, and there was references to that hole, and so it's like, okay, there is something here, and I'm gonna guess that these phrases have some tie to it. If he were going to expand this into a 3-act, he would definitely focus here. I thought, at least.
Okay.
That goes to that breath thing.
Yeah. All right.
Anybody else?
A rap.
A rap.
There's a rap. It's in the first song. And that's another one of those songs that really sounds like Hamilton, because I've seen that on TikTok where they mesh together Guns and Ships from Hamilton.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
And the tail end of the Family Madrigal song.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That would, I don't know if it's missing, but I guess it's kind of parallel in that I think there's too much. Sometimes I think there's a little too much Lin-Manuel that shines through in the lyrics.
Well, in that song,
because it just rips you out of the movie. It's like, well, those lyrics were a little too on the nose. It was just a little too over-engineered. You're good at what you do, Lin. I get it, but now I'm thinking about how you wrote the song instead of thinking about the song.
Okay. I mean, it's a point, and it's a valid one. Anybody else have anything they want to add? We have one more question.
Why does Abuela get a lit up door when she doesn't have a power?
Oh, dang.
ooh, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that for the Thursday show. So
Yeah.
make sure you listen to the Thursday show.
All right, so let's round all of this out by talking about those. It was the nuances, right?
Yeah,
the little hidden
little
gems.
hidden details. Yeah.
Can I go?
Go
Yes,
ahead.
go.
Yeah.
Okay. So, oh my goodness, the nuances. So, like all of us have been saying, it was not enough to do the first time view. And I love the family dynamic nuances, the house nuances. Just every single interaction was so precise and intended. And the connection to imagery. So, for example, like the complete opposite. So we see Mirabelle's parents, and you have the fixer, and you have the one that needs to be fixed all the time, and then you have the other set of parents, and she's sporadic in her emotions, but then her husband is even keel. And I love those dynamics. I love how they take imagery throughout the colors even. Just carry throughout the whole entire story, and it's just beautiful.
It's got a lot of balance. Yeah.
A little thing that I noticed while rewatching it. There's all these little designs throughout the house. You can see it in the kitchen mainly, and it's the little holes in the wall, and they're all butterflies.
Yeah.
It's foreshadowing for later on. In Bruno's vision, when they see the butterfly.
Mm-hmm.
Later on in the movie, when there's the butterfly. If you look even on the album for Encanto, there's 2 butterflies on it.
Well, that's what Dos Orejitas is eventually alluding to. That's called two caterpillars.
2 caterpillars.
And that tells a story.
Foreshadowing.
And that gets to the point where it's dos mariposas, which is 2 butterflies.
I also think that is like, that's a nod to the fact that Dolly is gonna play a small role somewhere in the future. Only some of you will understand that.
Now
and
that the
that's
pass
okay.
is open, they can go to Tennessee.
That's exactly right.
Well, hello.
I'm gonna go to
I liked
Gatlinburg.
the cameo of Bruno during Dolores' section of the song. So I liked it for two reasons. One, because Dolores is the only one who knows he's still there, and so the fact that he shows up during her portion was a nice little, foreshadow nod. But also, as a viewer, I appreciate a reward for being someone who looks in the background.
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And because one of my favorite children's authors, Peter Spire, he writes books where you don't just follow the main story, you can also read through it just looking at the stuff that's not the focus of the story and be entertained. And so I love looking and finding a reward in the background that the animators have put in there for people that are exploring visually. So
Yeah.
I appreciated that a lot.
And
Agreed.
there's every Marvel TV show ever where you can look for all the Easter eggs to figure out what's coming next.
Yeah.
I think the fourth time that we watched it as a family, we were all picking out all the hidden little Easter eggs from different movies and whatnot that were back there. So that's one of my favorite things about every Disney movie, though.
Yeah.
Is
Disney and Pixar both.
is the connections, the tie-ins from other movies.
All right, who hasn't spoken yet on this one?
There were two details that I thought were very interesting. Okay, that's a lie. There's like 15 others. Now I have to pick.
Just two main ones, right?
Make the hard choice, Trey.
Two
Yeah,
that you're
but
picking.
then I came up with a third, and then we were doomed.
Trey's choice.
Okay. I mentioned all of these when we all watched together. Abuela's rosary with the watches and the locket of her husband on it were very interesting details. Maribel's dress and how it mirrors her sister, Isabel, while having her own stitchwork in it, which I think has allusion to what her gift actually is, but I'm sure, Matt, you've got a segment to that, so I'm just going to leave that be.
Thank you.
And of course, we have Disney playing on the programming that they as a company have built into us with the use of the color green, which I brought up when we watched, in the fact that we have been trained to watch these movies, and when we see green, we all of a sudden do not trust.
Oh, they literally call that villain green.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens with Scar. It happens
Scar,
with
that's what I was thinking of, yeah.
Maleficent. It's happened for years. It's an old trick, but we are so Disney kid programmed into it that when we're told, Bruno's trouble and he's being represented with all this green,
You believe it.
we believe it.
Yeah.
And there's subtle greens in different places that also lean towards that mistrust.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
I like that too.
Yeah.
My favorite little detail is it was already partially discussed where we talked about how Dolores talks very quietly. But you'll also notice in there, like anytime something loud's happening, like when the fireworks or whatever's going on, she covers her ears. And if you look back to the scene where she's clapping, she's only clapping with her index fingers. Just like this.
I love her so much. She's great.
I love it. So
You know
much.
her room is soundproofed.
I also like
Room,
on
Yeah.
their-
That's
didn't see her
missing too.
room.
I want to see the other rooms.
We
on
need
their-
a house tour.
We need a house tour. There's only
Yes.
one bathroom in the entire house.
I also like
There
that
is a
on
bathroom. This
on
is
all their
impressive.
clothes. On all their clothes, they have represented kind of what their power is. Like Dolores has like little sound waves on her thing. What's the shape-shifting kid's name?
Camilo.
Camilo.
Camilo. He's got a chameleon on his little thing, on his little over poncho.
And Mirabelle has all of them on hers.
Mirabelle has all of them on hers. Yep. Luisa has little dumbbells.
I was convinced the first time watching it, up until like the very end, that the house, Mirabelle was the house. Like I
like
was,
they were the same thing.
yes.
That would have been such a
That
fun
would have been
twist.
interesting. That would have been interesting.
I'm the whole time I'm screaming, "That's her power! The house is her power!" Yeah.
Well, thank
She
you.
was framed from the very beginning.
Oh no.
Oh.
Thank y'all so much for
No.
joining us to talk about this.
Yeah.
Thank
So-
you for welcoming us to talk about this.
Yeah, I've been excited.
Sorry
for 2
that
weeks
it
now.
got delayed. Yeah, sorry it got delayed. We were really excited about it. But yeah, we're going to be talking. We're going to be doing a deeper dive into most of these characters over the next 3 days worth of shows. So we encourage you to tune in and listen to those as well. But for now, we're going to go ahead and close the Discord. Thank you all again. We love you.
Love you
We
guys.
love you. Happy
Thanks, guys.
Valentine's Day. We love you guys.
Yeah, bye, Mo.
Bye.
Really good discussion. Really good discussion.
Yeah,
but
that was
we
good.
had to end it. But yeah, I should have known not to put 6 questions on there
So
because we have very thoughtful people. People
We
who
do.
really have a lot of good stuff to say.